Discipline. Doing the things you don't want to do. You know, discipline is what builds success. I want you to think of the successful people you look up to. Do they wake up late, skip their workouts, settles for some shitty processed meal? Or do you think they stick to their diet plan, wake up in time, and do the hard work? How are you gonna become successful if you're not disciplined? You can probably relate when I say that a lot of the times you don't really want to do the thing that's good for you and the thing you know you have to do. The times when that happens, that's when you have to do it anyway. That's when you have to rely on discipline instead of willpower. How many times can you remember needing to study? You were just putting it to the side, procrastinating it until the last minute. And a lot of the times, maybe you didn't even do the studying. Maybe you came to the test unprepared. And it went fucking horrible. Because I know I can relate. Discipline is doing the difficult thing even when you don't want to do it. I watched this Andrew Huberman podcast, which I heard about in this other YouTuber's video called Jan Mark Stevenson, which I highly recommend. And in this podcast, Andrew Huberman talks about this part of the brain called the anterior mid-cingulate cortex, I think it was called. The AMCC for short. And this part of the brain is highly correlated with discipline, because each time you do something you don't want to do, you do it anyway, the AMCC engages. And it's something that can be trained, the AMCC. If you continue doing the things you don't want to do, you continue to engage the AMCC, it's gonna grow. Each difficult task is gonna be easier to complete. Discipline compounds. Which is why usually the first step is always the hardest one to take. There are countless people who give into their brains. They give into their brains telling them, oh, I'm just gonna stay in bed. I wanna be home, watch Netflix. I don't wanna go out, do the things I have to do to better myself. There are countless people that do that. But do those people succeed? Do those people succeed with chasing their dreams, achieving their goals, and becoming the people they want to become? No, of course not. Think of the person you want to become. Maybe you want to be jacked. Maybe you want to retire your whole family. What do I know? Are you going to become that person by waiting for a burst of motivation to enter your body to do the difficult thing? No. You're going to fucking fail if you do that. That's when you have to rely on discipline. You have to do it anyway. You have to make it a habit to stay uncomfortable, because that's how you grow. You grow by staying out of your comfort zone and doing the difficult things when you don't want to do them. If you're always going to be staying in your little bubble, you don't change anything in your day-to-day life. You stay unchanged. You only do the comfortable things. How the fuck are you gonna reach something greater? If you stay average and do the average things that the average person does, you're gonna be an average person. Discipline leads to success. You have to engrave that into your mind, that the hard route is usually the best route when it comes to self-growth and growing as a person and chasing your goals. The difficult route is the one that leads to success. And you know, taking that one first big step is, as I mentioned, gonna be the most difficult thing. But once you take that first step, it's gonna be so much easier to keep taking the steps that come afterwards. The steps towards growth. The staircase to growth. You have to keep doing the difficult things, and they will become easier. I'll see you in the next one.